welcome to episode 230 of the AHRC Marathon Training Blog. MK here with my good friends in AHRC, Alvin, Johan, TD Young, Aya, Cole, Haven, and Evan. Today it is Sunday, Church of the Long Run, and we're on an 18-mile long run with some marathon pace cruise intervals mixed in. We just finished the first mile of the first cruise interval in 6:51. We'll do another mile and cruise for 2 miles at a time. All right, let's do this. Okay, that's the second mile of the cruise interval, 6:38, and we're floating. Hey! Oh, hell yeah! Oh, there you are. How's it going, Denny? Good, very good. Tired. That's 6:56 for the third cruise mile. Going uphill on the trail. Okay, that's the fourth cruise mile in 6:52, and we're on a float here. Well done. Well done, everybody. It's great to have one of our MVP AHRC members, Alvin, with us so soon after CIM. Alvin is a workhorse. How many days has your run streak been going, Alvin? 725. I love it. Awesome work, Alvin.
Who's that?
I am. All right, that's the fifth cruise interval mile in 7:01 up Hicks Canyon. All right, we're closing in on the sixth cruise mile here. About 2 miles. All right, and we're floating it. Finished in 7:05 for that 6th mile. Okay, we got 6 good cruise miles in, and we're going back out after reloading on nutrition and hydration. Drop the kids off. They're still in recovery phase. We're going to say goodbye to Evan for 5 days. She's going on her 6th grade outdoor education trip. Coming of age. My good friend Peter, he asked me about fueling during a 26.2. So today we're going to talk about how I fuel my way through a marathon race. All right, let's do it. Okay, 7th cruise mile in 6:45. Okay, 8th cruise interval in 7:07, and we're floating. All right. Well done. I really want to emphasize that this is how I fuel my marathon races. Everybody's different. It's not just how different your bodies are, but it's also how everybody's lifestyle is different. For example, every workout I do in the morning, I do them all fasted. So I have trained my body for a certain timing to accept carbs, and everybody's different in their daily habits as well. So please take this with a grain of salt. This is from the perspective of a runner who runs fasted but still is dependent on carbs before glycogen is depleted from the muscles. All right, so the day before the marathon race, I'll have my last solid food 12 hours before the race. I typically like to only take liquid calories for 16 hours before the race. So I usually have a solid food breakfast, and then I'll take liquid calories. I usually take Scratch Super Fuel, and I'll sip on it all day long, mixed with electrolyte. And then on the morning of the race, I'll wake up, I'll have some electrolyte that has no calories, and I'll go to the start line. I'll carry with me 5 GOO energy gels. I like GOO because it's a mixture of electrolyte plus carb, and I like the consistency. It's easy to swallow, and it's quite compact, and it's cheap because I'm cheap. Because I'm running fasted, I'm not dependent on any kind of external sugar source. All of the carbs that I've stored in my muscles in the form of glycogen is the same amount after I wake up in the morning compared to how much I would have had breakfast. The only difference is I'm not going to spike my blood sugar and get an insulin dump. This works for me because when I start the marathon, I'm not going to have a huge heart rate spike. If the course is favorable, or if I'm super lucky, I don't get a heart rate spike. I can actually go through the marathon with 4 gels and take my first gel at mile 7 or 9. But that's typically not the case. I usually get a heart rate spike because every time you start a high aerobic effort, you usually experience a heart rate spike. You look at it on your Strava, you'll see, typically if you look at your heart rate history data, you'll see a little spike at the beginning of every workout. Because of that, I need to take a gel at the very beginning of the race. So I'll take one starting at mile 4. Then it's every 5 miles after that, easy to remember. Mile 4, mile 9, mile 14, mile 19, and it doesn't seem like I need it at mile 24, but never, never, never forget, take that last gel at mile 24. The second piece of the puzzle is hydration and electrolyte intake. So how do I get the sodium and the other electrolytes that I need to get myself to the finish line without cramping up? You gotta understand that pros hydrate a lot. They get eight aid stations with a 500 ml bottle waiting for them at every aid station. They only run 2 hours. We run 3, 4, or 5, so we need more. So I'm going to start every marathon race carrying a large bike bottle, like one of those 740 milliliter bike bottles. It's a big bike bottle. And I'll put a 1-to-1 ratio of liquid IV and LMNT, no carb electrolyte. I mix it because the little bit of glucose in the liquid IV helps to facilitate the salt into the bloodstream. And that facilitation is really helpful when your heart rate's up and your body's not digesting anymore. And then I will sip on that bottle every mile until mile 13, with the objective of finishing that bottle before I reach the half marathon. After I finish that bottle, then I'll take aid at every aid station after the half marathon. And I'm gonna take aid in the form of electrolyte at every aid station. And I'm gonna two-fist it. I'll grab one electrolyte and I'll grab one water, and I'll try to drink as much of the electrolyte at pace as I can and use the water to clean me off. And no matter how good I feel, I never skip a gel and I never skip an aid station. Peter, I hope that helps answer your question on how I feel for a 26.2. And I will do another video on how a 4-hour marathoner and a 5-hour marathoner should feel. Okay. Thanks for joining us on this very, very quality long run with my good AHRC friends and family. It was a good one. Today is going to be a pretty great day. I hope you have a great day and a meaningful run. I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye now.